Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Attorney, Rise from the Ashes. Since last time we were talking about Gumshoe and how he has no enemies, because he has no talent, sadly. But I think he has talent, he's a good guy. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was a girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forgot. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fails to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Okay, let's show him after we look at Dark's crime. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. A jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence, so he turned himself in. Oh, so he turned himself in, yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but fortunately he was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness? He must mean Emma. Alright, buddy boy, feast your eyes on this. Not that one. This one. Ring a bell? About this. Hey! Don't tell me that! It has a tag attached to it with the labeled SO9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of? What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what was it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. To the tuck option. Murder weapon. This knife. It was Joe Dark's, this knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought at, and it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? Not Neil, was it? The victim. Neil Marshall was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match the Dark's knife? You bet! Down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. But then, whatever. Switchblade knife added to the court record. Huh? Updated, you mean? Whatever. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should talk U.S. Sheep Camp. It's not money, but it does concern the sheep. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The sheep's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. Aw. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day that he died. Oh. So, in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. Your only hope, Gumshoe. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Alright. Let's move on out. Moving on out. Only two places. So I guess let's go here. Let's go see if we can see Edgeworth yet, if he's out, or wherever he's from. Edgy boy! Oh good, he is. February 24th, High Prosecutor's Office, or at least something's different, room 1202. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. Huh, what are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Oh, that thing under his desk. Tough day in court, huh? Huh. I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Edgeworth, we're here for you, man. We're here for you. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office shared a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. Police department's error is my error, my responsibility as a prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? Huh. First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out of the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? That list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists runs twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but at the time there was only one thing on my mind. I'd use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strange about it. Should we show him the picture? Okay, we'll show him it. Let's just talk about this first. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in the ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes. Just odds and ends, clearly clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Kent asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in that case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. His face like there is like total meltdown, like what has my life gone to? I'm not smiling or frowning. It's really funny, but not funny. What are we showing him? Oh yeah, that photo. Hey, cop this, yo. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Kent's office, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors Trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Oh, it's a broken shield and a broken, like a sword thing. Huh. I thought it was like, I don't know. Why is it broken? Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was the official prosecutor trophy used until that time. There's a story behind it. Story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the word's based on. Can you elaborate? My boy? This word originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard the story? Me? Sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Oh, cool! Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with two items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed would withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, I know. Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So this chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You have to ask Chief Gan. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gan. King of Prosecutors Trophy updated in court. Why would he... See, everything revolves around Gan. I don't like the guy. And what did you throw under your desk? Can we check that out? I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right here. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey Edgeworth! Is that Detective Gumshoe at the window there? Oh no, he's falling on the ground! Oh no! Hold on. First, let me see what the girl's doing. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of If you can't read, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Mr. Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it's your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. There's a lot of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Maybe we can show Gumshoe that and like, hey, our boy Edgeworth, he's gonna do something crazy. I think Gumshoe's gonna be like, hell no. Put the letter, okay. Alright, Gumshoe, oh, not Gumshoe. Sorry, Edgeworth, we're gonna have to go and sort everything out. Don't do anything crazy while we're gone. Stay away from the windows. We'll be back. Everyone watching this, same thing. Tune in next time for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Rise from the Ashes. This is getting really emotionally intense. Not just intense, but like, I feel like a lot's at stake. Edgeworth is quitting. Jake Marshall is... his life is over. Angel Star, Lana, everyone is on the line. It's crazy. So tune in next time. It's getting... everything's on the line.
何それは All day and the